the forward thinkers keep promising a blissful, zero emissions, fully autonomous motoring nirvana will arrive any decade soon.
Meanwhile, back in a place that you and I love well, my friend, reality, a fresh muscle car war has erupted in the United States of America, and it's now here in Australia.
Damn it.
Now, it's probably a little ridiculous, I grant you, to discuss the future of motoring with that thing, a Ford Mustang that's roots began somewhere in 1964 and a half, and this, the Camaro, which goes back as far as 1967.
But it's new to us. It's taken over half a century for this classic grudge match to make it to Aussie showrooms. And you know what? I reckon that we can answer a question that Americans haven't managed to for the last 50 years.
What would that question be? Which one's more badass?
Perfect, y'all.
Did you just say y'all? Can you even use y'all in a sentence?
Yawl is the sound of a badass Mustang going past. Yawl! Oh my gosh, did you see that badass Mustang?
Yeah, a badass Mustang. That's a 5-litre V8. So you're saying that your 5-litre V8 is more badass than this, which is a 6.2-litre V8. I can answer the question for you right now. That's roughly 25% more badass than that. Case closed.
But the Camaro's just new. It's Johnny come lately. It's the new kid in town.
But everybody loves it.
Well, don't let us down.
Did he just quote the Eagles? Okay, let's first start with appearance. Clearly, one of these is more badass than the other one.
That's easy. The Mustang is clearly the more badass looking car of the two. It looks awesome.
Hang on a minute, champ. I distinctly remember you saying...
Which leaves this horse with bird's eyes looking a bit like a sad fish from the front end. I've changed my mind. Let's just call it a slightly questionable makeover of what really is. It's a modern classic.
So what would you call the Camaro then?
It looks like a transformer prop that's crashed through a Hot Wheels factory.
Hey, sweet Camaro, dude.
Shut up!
Thanks, mate. Now, unlike your bantamweight Mustang over there, this is a proper heavyweight. Look, it's got a bulging bonnet.
The stupid air vents.
It's got a more muscular, tougher rear end.
With an equally stupid rear wing.
Dude, look, get this through your head. This is classic muscle car styling from the 1960s, and it's what muscle car fans want right now in 2019.
Look, Trent, the talk on the street is that it looks so familiar. Great expectations when everybody's watching you.
HSV spends 130 hours converting each one of these Camaros to right-hand drive, Kurt.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time Australians have stuck a Chev badge on a HSV now, would it?
Are you actually serious? This isn't an HSV. To steal your ridiculous term, this is a badass Camaro, and it's a Chevrolet.
Well, couldn't HSV fix the cabin while they were at it?
What are you talking about? What's wrong with it?
Well, the steering wheel looks like it's been stolen off a SUV.
No, it doesn't.
The cup holders and whatever that is in a strange place. And, hey, Chev designers, Salvador Dali wants his touchscreen back.
You have to admit, though, that this is a more premium, more modern and more comfortable cabin than that retro-tastic thing over there.
Yeah, well, for a big car, it's not exactly what you call a masterstroke of packaging. Now, but it does have these nice, fairly wide and comfy seats for the more rotund amongst us, Trent.
What are you implying?
I'm implying we should go check out the Mustang.
Okay, look, I'll give it to you. Apart from these stupid seats, it actually does feel more roomy in here than I expected. However, allow me to quote.
Sure, there's more gala and window dressing than a shop front on Christmas Eve in here. Great, isn't it? If you're going to dive in a retro kitsch, you might as well swim in it.
Yeah, but the problem you've got in here is that not much of it feels genuine.
But it's all badass.
How's it badass?
Medley, plasticky stuff? Badass.
No.
Kitschy, switchy stuff?
No.
Badass.
No.
These seats that weld you in so hard that they fuse your vertebrae together? Chocolate covered,
Yes.
deep fried, badass with an extra layer of cheese.
No. The problem is there's a lot of cheese in here. That's the problem. And what Ford has done is taken the line between retro and modern and driven a bulldozer straight over the top of it.
That's a good idea. How about we do some driven?
Okay. wise man once said there's no replacement for cubic inches. In fact, I think he said there's no replacement for displacement, but regardless of what he said, this has got a bigger engine than the Mustang. That makes it more badass. It makes more torque from a bigger engine. It's a more badass muscle car. You get a thunderous soundtrack, and with 617 Newton meters of torque on offer, when you flick it into sport mode, the only difference to the amount of traction you get from those fat rear tyres comes down to how you use your right foot. It's easy to presume they stuck the bigger engine in the bigger car, but that's not actually the case. In fact, if you look at the dimensions, the Camaro is actually smaller than the Mustang everywhere. Now, we can't pretend that the not-so-big Chev handles like a sports car, but that's not what the proper muscle car brief has ever been about. I reckon one of the Camaro's best tricks is that you can dial it right back and turn it into a comfortable cruiser. Having spent plenty of time in the Mustang, I'm going to come right out here and say it now. I don't love the word nice, but this is a nicer, more premium driving experience in every way.
There's one single underpinning reason why the Mustang is more badass. It's because by the seat of the pants, it's leaner, meaner, and sharper. Yeah, it's only got 5 litres to the Chevrolet 6.2, but it revs harder and makes an identical 339 kilowatts, or 450 old school horsepower. Sure, at 556 newton meters, it's down on relative torque, but the Mustang does feel lighter on its feet, particularly when you start sticking it into corners. So is the Mustang as quick or quicker than the Camaro? Well, for my money, it definitely sounds quicker. And given full traction is really optional in both of these cars, ultimate pace is really as much down to the driver's right foot as it is the machinery.
Now, mate, there is absolutely no contest here. I hate the word nice, but this is a nicer, more premium experience than that thing. It's that simple.
Puppies are nice.
Yes.
French Impressionist art is nice. Mother Teresa, she was nice.
She was nice, yeah.
You know what else is nice?
What?
20 grand in the kitty.
Yeah.
For nice tyres and nice fuel.
Yeah, hang on. It's 20 grand well spent on another excellent HSV conversion.
You know what my problem with that is?
What?
Ford went to the trouble of engineering the Mustang in right-hand drive first time around.
Yes.
For global consumption.
Right, okay.
Chevy could not give a stuff about Aussie buyers and expects them to wear the 20 grand conversion cost.
Yeah, for a better, more badass muscle car.
Hey, sweet Camaro, man.
Shut up.
Thanks, mate.
Look, all I see...
No, mate, don't. Please, don't.
It's just another new kid in town.
I don't want to talk about...
It's a new kid in town.